Earlier, I spoke to Alan Miller, a campaigner who was at Saturday's protest and one of the founders of the Together Declaration, formed to oppose the government's response to COVID-19. Thanks for joining us, Alan. The Plan B measures will be completely lifted on Thursday. What are your thoughts on this? Can we see it as a return to normal?
I think it's fantastic that Plan B is going. We know, though, that in Wales, Scotland and Ireland, there's still vaccine passports in place. They need to go everywhere. We need to make sure restrictions go everywhere. We've just found out that they're going to end the restrictions on travel, but only for the vaccinated. Why not for the unvaccinated, the test? We know that you've got high immunity if you've not been vaccinated. It's a time to undo the divide and get back to normal everywhere. And of course, within all of that, Plan B and the restrictions are going in some places in England, but we need to ensure that the vaccine mandate goes. The vaccine mandate that's in place in England, and also that the care workers are reinstated because 60,000 of them are lost. So we've still got a long way to go.
You've been campaigning on these issues for a while, but recently some well-known figures seem to have changed their tune on restrictions, openly voicing their opposition. Why is that?
Well, I think it's great if people are now finally coming on side to challenge up, the restrictions. I think it's, it's frustrating that some people were name calling and championing really draconian restrictions. We threw away the pandemic strategy, had things that were really unprecedented and very damaging all round that we'll be dealing with years to come. I think, some people pragmatically think, all right, the wind's changed. This is now something that might seem more popular. I can't speak to their intentions. I would welcome anyone to have their voices heard, to say we need to end these, but also to not have them again, have a proper inquiry and say we can't impose lockdowns that are so damaging on everyone. We need to have a risk-benefit analysis, proper scrutiny in Parliament. The Public Health Act needs to be amended to mean that we can't have lockdowns imposed again. And we have to have free speech to discuss all these things. All of these things have been part of the collateral damages. Of course, free speech has been an ongoing debate for some time.
The vaccine mandate for health workers has not been dropped. How will this impact the NHS, and can we expect that to be dropped as well?
Well, the NHS already has about 100,000 shortfall of staff. When you add it up, it's about another 200,000 really that's being threatened. It will be catastrophic. I think that they're going to not just pause and delay, they're going to have to stop it. We're calling for an end to the mandates and also reinstating care workers. It's practically a nightmare, but also from the point of view of choice and autonomy is actually very, very wrong.
And some big venues have told us they will continue to require COVID passes from audience members, even though they don't have to. Will that be a temporary thing, or will there be a divide going forward with some venues that do and some venues that don't?
I think it's absolutely outrageous that any venue would want to continue with it, or that any have done it if it was not legally mandated. We've got our hashtag undo the divide. I think that, and I advised them, I was, for 25 years in the industry, and for 6 years I was lobbying on behalf of Nighttime Economy Forum in London, getting ambassadors in different cities around the UK and internationally talking about the benefits of a 24-hour city and nightlife. The idea that big events and organisers want to keep show me your papers is really, really wrong. They helped normalise it. They were wrong to do so before it became mandatory, and they absolutely should get rid of them everywhere. They're really wrong. It's nothing to do with safety. We know that you can be vaccinated and transmit, as we've seen in France in many nightclubs, you can be unvaccinated and have high immunity. Stop it now. It's really problematic and it's very wrong.